Have you ever wondered what the greatest technological revolution in human history actually looked like? Most people imagine a dramatic moment, a brilliant scientist making an impossible discovery, a robot opening its eyes for the first time, a machine suddenly becoming smarter than humans. But that's not what happened. The greatest revolution of the 21st century didn't begin with an explosion. It didn't happen in front of television cameras. There was no countdown, no historic speech, no single moment the world stopped to watch. Instead, it arrived quietly. While people were replying to emails, watching Netflix, ordering food, scrolling through social media, and living completely ordinary lives, the world was quietly changing underneath them. By the time most people realized what was happening, artificial intelligence had already become part of everyday life. Not inside laboratories, not inside science fiction, inside your pocket, inside your phone, inside your car, inside your bank, inside your hospital, inside almost every digital service you use today. The revolution wasn't coming, it had already happened, and almost nobody noticed. This is the story of how humanity entered the age of artificial intelligence without realizing it. Welcome to the Atlas Project. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that artificial intelligence suddenly disappeared. Your navigation app no longer knows the fastest route. Your email fills with spam. Your bank can no longer detect fraud. Your favorite streaming platform stops recommending movies you'll actually enjoy. Traffic lights become less efficient. Airlines struggle to predict demand. Hospitals lose systems that help doctors detect diseases earlier. Within hours, modern society would begin to slow down. Not because AI controls the world, but because it quietly helps millions of systems make better decisions every second. That's the part most people never see. Artificial intelligence isn't one giant machine. It isn't a robot. It isn't a supercomputer hiding inside a secret laboratory. It's thousands of invisible systems, working together, every second, all around us. Every time you unlock your phone with your face, AI is working. Every time your bank blocks a suspicious payment, AI is working. Every time your camera automatically improves a photo, AI is working. Every time Google finishes your sentence, AI is working. Every recommendation on Netflix, every playlist on Spotify, every product Amazon suggests, every translation, every spam filter, every search result. For years, artificial intelligence has quietly become the invisible infrastructure of modern civilization. Most people never noticed, because the greatest technologies don't demand attention. They disappear into everyday life. Think about electricity. You almost never stop to think about it. Not because it isn't important, but because it became essential. Artificial intelligence is following exactly the same path. The more useful it becomes, the less visible it appears. And that's exactly why so many people believed AI suddenly appeared in 2022. In reality, they were simply noticing something that had been growing for years. On November 30th, 2022, a small research company released a chatbot called ChatGPT. At first, it didn't look like a historic event. There were no massive product launches, no television specials, no crowds waiting outside stores, just a website and a simple text box. Ask anything, get an answer. Within hours, people began sharing screenshots online. The AI could write essays, explain science, generate computer code, translate languages, write poems, create business plans, solve complex problems. The internet exploded. In just 5 days, more than 1 million people had signed up. 2 months later, that number reached 100 million, making ChatGPT the fastest-growing consumer application in history. But something even more important had happened. For the first time, Artificial intelligence wasn't hidden inside companies. It wasn't working quietly in the background. It was sitting directly in front of billions of people. Anyone could use it: students, teachers, doctors, engineers, writers, designers, entrepreneurs. For the first time in history, one of humanity's most powerful technologies became available to almost anyone with an internet connection. The world suddenly realized something. This wasn't another app. This wasn't another social network. This wasn't another smartphone. This was an entirely new way of interacting with knowledge itself. Questions became conversations. Search became dialogue. Computers stopped waiting for commands and started becoming collaborators. Almost overnight, the conversation changed. People stopped asking, "What is artificial intelligence?" They started asking, "How will artificial intelligence change my life?" That single question marked the beginning of a new era. Chapter 3. The New Arms Race. History has always been shaped by races. The race to cross the oceans, the race to reach the North Pole, the race to split the atom, the space race. Each one redefined civilization. Today, humanity has entered another race. But this one isn't happening in space. It's happening inside data centers. Across the world, thousands of warehouses filled with powerful computers are running day and night. From the outside, they look ordinary. Concrete buildings, steel fences, cooling towers. But inside, millions of processors are performing calculations at a speed the human brain could never match. Every second, they consume enormous amounts of electricity, enough to power entire cities. Why? Because the companies building the future know something most people don't. Artificial intelligence is no longer a side project. It has become the foundation of the next technological era. Around the world, governments are investing billions. Technology companies are investing hundreds of billions. Not because they are chasing a trend, but because they believe AI will become as essential as electricity or the internet. The competition isn't simply about building a better chatbot. It's about who will define the next generation of medicine, education, transportation, scientific discovery, national security, economic growth. This is no longer just a technology story. It's a geopolitical story, an economic story, a human story. For the first time in decades, the world's biggest companies are competing for something that cannot be seen. Not oil, not gold, not land. Intelligence itself. And unlike every industrial revolution before it, this one is accelerating. Every month, every week, sometimes every single day. Chapter 4. The future is a choice. Every generation believes it is living through ordinary times, until history proves otherwise. Imagine explaining the internet to someone in 1985. Instant communication with anyone on Earth. Entire libraries in your pocket. Shopping without leaving your home. Video calls across continents. It would have sounded impossible. Yet today, it's simply normal. Artificial intelligence may be following the same path. Not because machines will suddenly become human, but because they will quietly become part of almost everything humans do. Doctors will spend less time searching for information and more time caring for patients. Scientists will test ideas in days instead of years. Teachers will be able to personalize learning for every student. Engineers will design safer cities. Farmers will produce more food with fewer resources. Small businesses will gain tools that, until recently, only the largest corporations could afford. Will some jobs disappear? Yes. History tells us they always do. But history also tells us something else. Every technological revolution has created opportunities that nobody could imagine beforehand. The challenge has never been technology itself. The challenge has always been adaptation. The people who thrive are rarely those who resist change. They are the ones who learn, the ones who stay curious, the ones who see uncertainty not as a threat, but as an invitation. Artificial intelligence is not writing humanity's future. Humanity still is. The technology is powerful, but the decisions remain ours. How we regulate it, how we teach it, how we use it, how we share its benefits. Those choices will define the next century. The future is not something that happens to us. It is something we build. For thousands of years, human progress has been defined by a handful of inventions: the wheel, the printing press, electricity, the computer, the internet. Each one changed the world in ways that were impossible to predict. At first, they seemed like remarkable innovations. Then, they became industries. Eventually, they became invisible. Today, it's difficult to imagine life without them. Artificial intelligence may become the next chapter in that story. Not because it replaces humanity, but because it expands what humanity is capable of achieving. The question has never been whether AI will change the world. It already has. The real question is, what kind of world will we choose to build with it? Because technology has never defined civilization. People do. The future is not written by machines. It is written by the decisions we make today. And perhaps, years from now, people will look back at this moment and realize they were living through one of the greatest transformations in human history, without even noticing. This is only the beginning. Welcome to the Atlas Project. Understand tomorrow. Today.